You will have been very disappointed with what you've seen today, Gary. I mean, how do you sum that up?
Where do I start? To be fair, I'm really angry here today. I really am, and as I said, it's after the last 6 or 7 performances that we've had from the players, to come here today and perform the way we did today wasn't acceptable, and they know that. To be fair to them, have held their hands up in there. They know it's not acceptable, and they know it was nowhere near good enough today. The only player that come out of any credit out of the match today was Rory Brown. He was actually made 2 good saves, and he done his job today. But if you go through the rest of the players and even the subs that come on, if you asked all of them, did they believe that they were anywhere near the level what they can get to as players? I would say every one of them would honestly say no, and they were nowhere near it. And it wasn't just that. Sometimes you can have off days in terms of on the ball or whatever, things aren't happening for you that way. But you know, one thing that we've done really, really well over the last 6-7 weeks, and it's got us results, is work harder and outwork the other team and out-battle the other team, out-fight the other team. But for me today, Dungannon did that to us. You know, I thought Dungannon were sharper all over the pitch. They were hungrier. You know, we said they got 4 corners in the second half. The first 3 corners, they got the first contact from the delivery, and I said that the Mackers a goal's coming from a set piece, and you'd thought we had learnt our lesson, because there's 3 corners have come in previous to that, and they've got the first header and missed them. They've put them a couple of them over the bar and one wide. And you're going yourself, a goal's going to come from a set piece, because we're not switched on, we're not tight, we're not concentrating, and it did, and I wasn't surprised. You know, okay, Roy's pulled off a great save near the end of the game, but at that stage we're trying to get the equaliser, and we have committed a lot of men forward, so I wasn't as worried about that. But in terms of whole performance, first half and second half for us, and you've seen us the way we've been playing recently, and we played against Coleraine last week and we created 8-9 really good chances. But today we haven't made their goalkeeper make a save in 90 minutes, which is scary. I
was just going to ask you about that, because I mean, you know, I can't remember Don even having to make a save in the whole game. You know,
Nothing. He didn't have one save to make in the 90 minutes, and the one chance that we did get it at 0-0, Micheál Glyn's pulled it past the post, and maybe if that goes in, it maybe gives you a lifeline or gives you a bit of a lift or something, because today it was too flat all over, and they know it and we know it, and you know, we try to change that at half time. Obviously, you know, Doyle was on a booking, and Jack's just back from injury, so we thought get fresh legs on, and that maybe change it a bit, but it didn't. It was still the same in the second half. Then we brought in another couple of players, and it didn't change it either, and no matter what we tried today, it didn't change it. But you know, actually I want to apologise to the supporters for that performance today, because that's nowhere near good enough, and I know that, they know that in there, and you know, people have come up here and travelled up here today, you know, for them not to even see the other team's goalkeeper make a save is not right, and not good enough, and they were told that in there, under no in certain circumstances is that acceptable. And as I say, I don't know, it's hard to put your finger on it now, because that's Portadown. We've dropped points too. We've dropped obviously points here against Dungannon, and we've dropped points at Newry at home as well, and that's the 3 teams that are below us, and you know, we can't keep doing that. You know, our attitude and desire and hunger has to be the same in them games as it is in all the rest of the games, and the players have to start acknowledging that and doing it.
Obviously we're masters of our own downfall today, really, Gary, but you know, there was 2 aspects of the referee I wanted to ask you about. Number one, there was a foul down here on Peter Campbell by the goalkeeper, and number 2 was the amount of time wasting on today. I wanted to get your thoughts on those, what you thought of.
Yeah, well, I thought it was very lenient, 5 minutes, because the amount of subs that were made and the amount of, as you said, time wasting that was done. And I did think it was a foul on Peter Campbell. But at the end of the day, you know me, I'll always come out and say if I think it's impacted on a result or whatever. Possibly it did today, but our performance wasn't good enough today anyway, you know, so we can't make excuses and hide behind facts today. Yes, I thought it was a penalty. I actually thought there's one on Isaac Bird from a corner that looked more like a penalty to me, but as I said today, you know, I wouldn't even entertain the thought of that, because our performance wasn't good enough today, and the players on that performance today didn't deserve any rubs of the green or any luck, because they didn't work hard enough today as a team, and we didn't do it as a group, and as I say, we got what we deserved today.
With a tougher task next week, I suppose, in a way, looking at the league table anyway, at least, with Larne coming to Moorview. you're going to need more from the players in that game.
Yep, you do, and they know that. And as I say, to be fair to them, hopefully it's a one-off, because we have to be fair to them. Over the last 7-8 weeks, they've been good, and they've been putting in really good performances, and they've been good to watch. And I know that from watching them on the sidelines. It's been enjoyable over the last 6-7 weeks, but that certainly wasn't today, and we need a lot more from them. It's going to be hard. With Lauren being full time, and they won't have been working all day, and they'll be coming to the game fresh. But as I said, we've went and competed in other games in midweeks against full time teams, so the boys have to get that performance out of their system, and they owe themselves first and foremost a better performance than that, and they owe the supporters for definite.
You mentioned one of the high points, or the only real high point of the game today, was Rory Brown's performance, and I'm led to believe he signed a new contract.
Yep, and I'm glad that he has, because he's only been outstanding since he's come to the club. So
until 2027.
2027, yeah. So it's a long term contract, which we're delighted with.